We got another wonderful Chatcast on this Friday afternoon. Hello, world. Hello, Kyle. We're jumping right into this. How do you identify when you need to grow? So, with that, I'm going to say that I have a hard time with this still. Even with all these years that I've been an artist, or attempting to be an artist, I have a hard time figuring out when I need growth. And then it's also hard to identify what kind of growth that you need, right? So for a long time, I was stuck in the rut of just getting technically better. I wasn't stuck in a mode of trying to express myself, right? I saw the downfall in a lot of musicians that I knew, that I was friends with, and that were in the scene, that were my contemporaries, get caught in the self-expression, and then their raw skill never matched. And so I kind of wanted to be the antithesis of that and push the other direction and have my skill upped. The problem was I lacked expression for a while. So technically, for a long time, and still to this day, my technicality as a player, I feel like, overshadows my self-expression. Now I'm getting better at that. I'm getting, especially with this project that we're working on here with the John and Kyle brand and creating these art worlds and forcing myself to make music for these things that I don't normally make. It's really cool, you know. But it's always been hard for me to identify, you know, when I need to grow. And I think that a major indicator of that is when you feel any kind of a roadblock in your creativity in any way. I feel like is a good time for you to do some dating and some self-exploration to determine maybe you do need a period of sharpening your skills or finding other areas of inspiration. Now, I don't have very much more to say about this because I feel like anywhere I go is going to turn into a much longer rant about something that we don't necessarily need to supply.
I kind of did that last time with the Monet thing.
Yeah, but I have a tendency to make these, because I edit this, I have a tendency to make these videos kind of long, so I'm going to refrain from doing that.
Okay.
But I'm going to say too, though, is that a little side nugget here before I pass it to you, is also not just identifying when to grow and how you know when to do that, but also there just might be a period where you straight up need a break, right? And then that can lead to a period of growth where you just straight up need to take a break from being, I mean, I know you love this, I know you love this, I know I love this, but occasionally you just straight up need to take a break. And then sometimes that can be the thing that pushes you into growth. And a lot of times, now that I'm saying this out loud, it's helping me express that in the past, that has been the catalyst to when I grow. And so maybe knowing, to answer the question finally, is that for me, maybe it is when you start to reach a point of being burnt out. Anyways, what do you got?
So, I mean, for me, it's like when I identify, okay, I need to grow here is when I want to do something that I can't do.
Gotcha.
So as simple and like almost, I guess,
cliche.
Yeah, as that sounds,
it doesn't. It makes sense though.
I mean, that's in its simplest form. That's kind of like when I decide I need to grow is when I decide I want to do something that I can't currently in my current state do. So I have to adapt to that. When I realize that burnout has affected me is as I'm doing that and I'm making leaps from, oh, I want to do this, okay, and I'm growing in that direction. Oh, now I want to do this, I'm growing in that direction. Burnout is when I decide I want to do something and I try and go through all the processes that I know spur growth and they don't. And so, like, or that those processes are just like not taking root, I guess, if we're using growth metaphors.
Sure.
Why not? It's like they're not taking root or something like that. So if I, for instance, I know I want to draw something, or I know I want to draw a certain style of something, and I'm just sitting down and it's not working, and I'm going through all my like fundamental exercises, or I'm trying to look at work to get inspired and create some kind of mood board for it. I'm watching tutorials, I'm reading articles on how to do this, and those things are not helping me do anything. That's when I might kind of blow the whistle and be like, yeah, let's take a time out. Let's walk away from this. And what's funny is, like, I've heard of actually like creative agencies. I don't know if I've told this story here before, but I tell people the story a lot. So whatever, if you hear it again, I'm sorry. But there's a guy I know, and he said that like one of the big things that they do at that creative agency is they sit down and they're like, hey, let's all come together in this meeting and brainstorm. And if everybody's just like spinning their wheels and they're not really getting anything, he likes to change the setting. And so what he did was, since they were over in St. Louis, he just was like, all right, everybody get up. And everybody's kind of like, okay. He's like, we're going to the zoo. And so he took them to the zoo and paid for them to ride the train. And they just sat on the train at the zoo and rode around and thought about it, but they just changed the setting they were in and the obligation feeling. And that was enough to like get them to solve what they were trying to figure out. And so sometimes it's not even necessarily a break so much as just changing the setting. So if you go to the same room when you draw or something like that, go somewhere else. Like I've talked to you about the fact that like right now I'm having trouble doing it on my own because I'm an extroverted person. So if I come here and hang out with you, we talk and everything like that, and I just start drawing and it just starts happening.
I'm just gonna straight up tell you, it's got nothing to do with this house, me, or anything. It's these colored lights, dude. Because still, ever since I bought these and started floating them around in the room, I swear to you, it even still works on me.
Yeah.
When I come down here and like out of my peripheral, I see the glowing colors.
Yeah.
It just does something to me. But I can't believe I'm a firm believer of that. But now on the camera, for some reason, it always looks purple and green, but it's blue and green in the room.
Yeah.
And it looks cool. I think it's got something to do with the wall paint,
probably,
in the camera. But anyways, I swear to you, it's not being here. I think it's the lights.
I think for me, it might be the setting, but because honestly, this is a different setting than I'm used to. Just my old lamps at my apartment. But it also is like being around another person because I live alone too. So like being in a place by myself and an extrovert, like it doesn't really spur me to just get things done. It just makes me want to watch, Netflix until I can't. But so changing the setting is huge. That's a good way of spurring growth and stuff like that. But that's when I realize I need to grow, is when that, just kind of simple and wrap a bow on it, is like when I need to grow is when I realize I want to do something that I can't do. And when I know I need to take a break, it's when I try and grow to do that thing, and I realize my channels of growth are stagnant.
Excellent. That was very practical, very good, easy to follow, well answered. Appreciate your insight. You know the drill. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This is a Friday. This is a Chatcast. This is us saying a goodbye. Until next time, peace. Yahoo!